Getting ready to go here. Most unusual game this weekend. Kind of one of many since I've been here, these type of things, but with the weather being the way it was, and for the fifth straight time we entered the game very enthusiastically, with great energy, and we were ready to play. It was just as important as any other game, more so I think than any other game to our players, and they addressed it very well. Opening kickoff, we knock out their number one running back, which was a mistake as it turned out, because their number 3 running back I was hoping would remain number 3, but they eventually got to Cooper, and he's really good. And all the coaches were going like, man, I hope that guy doesn't play very much, because he's listed as the number 3. But we put together a 98-yard touchdown drive, started at our 2-yard line. They did a nice job with their punting game. He had, our possessions were backed up quite often. I think we had 6 possessions of the 20, and then back inside the 10-yard line a couple. But we established a run. We ran on first down, and every single first down we got, the first play we called was a run with Nathan Jeffrey. He's back. He's playing well. He survived the game, and he looks back to his original form. Very pleased about that. But we had 7 first downs, and we ran 7 times on the 1st and 10. Looking at play selection, I was kind of thinking, when I looked at the overall play selection, it was 19 runs on first down and only 9 passes. We like to be a little bit more balanced. But you take out that first drive, and it was 12-9, so it was balanced, except for the very first drive, which we scripted and went just like it was practiced, and we executed and went right down there and scored. And they blitzed. We hit the blitz checks perfect. Nick was on rhythm throwing, and we protected well. Then East Carolina drove down, and the big play and most disappointing play probably of the whole game was on Cooper, their running back, their supposedly third-team running back. We got him tackled, we got him wrapped up, we got his leg deal, and we don't finish. And that's something that we stress. It's something that we pride ourselves on, is finishing the play. Finish the play. And we let up because we thought he was tackled. And he didn't let up and broke it down to about the 3-yard line on a fantastic run, an excellent effort on his part. So we get the ball back, and we drive it down on another good drive, and end up with a field goal. So it's 10-7, and then East Carolina puts a drive together and starts marching it down, and then it's 8:03 on the clock, and the wind starts to pick up. They have the ball on our 6-yard line, and they call it because of lightning. A lot different than the New Mexico State experience, because the officials before the game said it looks like we're going to get bad weather and lightning strikes here around 8 o'clock. And if this game is still going at 8, one of the teams better be on a drive somewhere because we're going to evacuate the stadium, 50,000 people, in 20 minutes, and we're going to get out of this stadium because we're due for lightning strikes. So both coaching staffs knew it, and we prepared everybody and told the trainers and equipment men, so it wasn't a surprise. Now, we didn't tell the team. I don't think he did. I don't think he told his team either. I didn't want him looking up, during that time. So right at 8:03, they blew the whistle and said, "You're in for at least a half an hour." And with this, every time you see a lightning bolt, it's another half an hour till you see the next one. So I knew that we were in there for a while. So what do you do when you're going to be in there for a while? Well, it worked against New Mexico State. We didn't have any turkey legs. But concessions are closed down. There's no food. We're out of power bars. Kids are getting hungry. We're playing music. We're having a good time with it. I said, "Hey, we played at 11 o'clock in the morning. We played at 8:30. This is what happened to us before. Hang in there. I'll get you something." Well, I got a 19-year-old kid there from East Carolina who's in charge saying, "Concessions are closed. We're clearing the stadium. Everything's gone. They won't let in the sandwich truck that we called. We're not getting anything to eat." So I figured, well, the hell with them. I'm going to go out and find something for my players to eat. So I went out there and I was going to bang on the concessions, and maybe some guy was in there having a smoke break or something. I wake him up and get some food for him. But didn't. There was a big group of women serving in a concession tent, serving brisket and brats and hot dogs for the Girl Scouts as a fundraiser. So I said, "Hey, how about 100 sandwiches? Can you make them up?" "Sure, no problem." So here's Coach Price wading through the crowd, with all these food. So we got food to them, and kids were all applauding, and it was a big play, and so it was fun. It was a night to remember in that aspect of the game. And as soon as we came back out, they had the ball on the 6-yard line, and Shane Hume picks the first pass off with an interception. Great play. Shane Hume, he's been a backup. He's just played on special teams, and he played about 70 plays and did really a good job. Good to see those young guys step up for kids who are hurt to fill in, and he did an excellent job of that. We come out in our no huddle, pay dirt, hurry up offense with Carson Meager, trying to change up the tempo and surprise them, and that doesn't work. And ECU drove down and got an interception, and we're still in the first half now. Just the last 6 minutes of the first half, and right before halftime, threw a great pass, and the guy made a great catch in the end zone. So we go in at halftime down. After the half, it's 14-10. After the half, which was only 10 minutes, we had pretty much planned out what we were going to do. Both sides did. I talked to Ruff about it too after the game, and he said, "Yeah, we had all the not only the intermission halftime plays ready to go, but we had our halftime plays ready to go, and we were scheming each other." All the coaches, we had an hour and a half to think about it. In our first possession, we came out in real good shape, moved the ball right down there. Now it's really pouring down rain, but not any wind, no lightning strikes, and get a bad snap, and have our first fumble there that they get. So that stopped that drive, and then by the end of not much happened in the third quarter. By the end of the third quarter, they get another touchdown, go up 21-10. In the fourth quarter, then we come back early in the fourth quarter, drive to the 20-yard line. Things are looking good. They blitz. Nick throws the hot over the middle to the receiver that's supposed to be running there. No receiver. Defensive back picks it off, stops our drive. Then they're trying to give us this game here now, I'm telling you. Then East Carolina drops the punt, and the guy gets off a bad punt. We're right there to block it, and the guy gets off a bad punt. We got good field goal position. We drive down in there and miss the field goal. Barely missed the field. It was a good, solid kick. Barely missed it, and it was from close range. Then we get another interception and come right back, and they blitz, and we throw another pick. And then in one play, after that pick, they ran it to about the 30-yard line, I think. I'm not sure how long that last run was, but in one play, we missed a couple tackles, and bam, they run it in, and it's 28-10, and everything's lost. But not for the Miners, it isn't. So they kick off, boom, 98 yards or 100 yards, whatever it was, kickoff return by Autry Golden, touchdown, we go for two, make it. Now we're down by 10, onside kick, get that, and don't take advantage of it. In fact, right down to the very last play, you know how much trouble Tampa Bay got for, on that victory their defensive line rushing forward and stuff. Well, it's pouring down rain, so we had all three timeouts, so we couldn't have stopped them on the first down. If we could have stopped them on the first down, we could have got the ball back. But they go to victory we charge in there, they fumble it, we pick it up, they blow it dead. I think the official wanted to go home. He was sopping wet and tired and had a long way to go. So, but we fought all the way down to the very end on the last play. Questions?
Anything you can put your finger on with the offensive struggles?
Well, statistically, they beat us almost in every category, as all of you can read. The statistics are for everyone to look at and decipher and go over. And turnovers are always important, and we've been pretty good at turnovers, real good until this game. They threw three, we threw three, so it didn't matter as much. But I think the big statistic is the third downs. We were just real poor in third downs, and we obviously, those of you that come to practice know we work on third downs, third and short, third and medium, third and long, third and extra long. We have a plan for each one of those situations. But I think the real key to third downs is what you do on first and second down. So it's not third and long all the time. But our third downs were miserable. We've got to do a better job in making that less distance, and also when it is 3rd and 10, we've got to pick it up. And we just didn't pick it up. We were off a little bit. Nick's passes were high. Both the interceptions were high. Had a tight end wide open down the middle. He threw it high. We had an out for a 1st and 10 to Jordan, wide open on the sidelines, near sideline, threw it over his head. You don't see him doing that much, many times. And then another pass to his favorite target, Mike Edwards, and he doesn't hit that one either. So Nick was off with this throwing. He was throwing everything high, and we think we have that corrected, and I think we can correct that for a coming week.
Coach, with that said, last couple of weeks you said you want to get Meager some more action. Why didn't you make the switch, or did you pick him up?
Well, we did put Meager in, and he was 0 for 3, and right there with 4 minutes to go, Nick did hit Mike Edwards right on stride in the end zone, and he dropped it. So it was pouring down rain. Nick, every other throw was very, very good. And just about the time I'm ready to say, run the ball, run a draw, and they would throw a pass and he'd throw it right in there. So he kind of tantalized me into throwing. Yeah, we missed that. Yeah, 2 players. Yeah, we covered our special teams. Our guys played hard again in special teams. Now our punter didn't punt as well as he's capable, but he still ended up punting better than theirs. And their punter did make some good punts inside the 10. But yeah, we had a chance to pick that up. We punted the ball down. It did hit him. We did know it. Our guys were right there, and it was like a piece of soap. We had 2 guys on it. Boom, boom, just like that. And one other time we knocked the ball loose, and the ball just bounced up right into their hands. So, at times they got lucky too, but I still think they tried giving us the game more times than we tried giving them the game.
You've been close a number of times against some pretty good competition. You were close in this one, but in your opinion, was this a step back for UTEP overall?
Well, it was sure a disappointment. And it's my job to get our players back and their job to get back too, We're circling the wagons, of course, and I think character is one of the best things we have about this team, and we will bounce back. We've been ready for every single game so far in the 5. It's not easy being 1-4. No one likes it. They're tired of me talking about it. I'm tired of them talking about it. We're tired of traveling, 3 tiresome trips, and we need to get refreshed, restarted, and re-inspired, and we will, and remotivated, and we will.
As long as Jeffrey's healthy, is that the kind of rotation you're going to have where he gets about the vast majority of carries?
I'd like to get, Nathan Jeffrey would like to get him 30 carries a game. Right. It just, we executed it just perfect. The plays that we had worked on in practice are the ones. Yes, we had it scripted. It's funny how, you're supposed to be balanced on first down, and, you don't want to run on first down and throw on second and third. And everybody in, crowd, oh gosh, you run on first down, they throw on third down. Everybody knows that. But we just shows you maybe we should have ran more on first down and kept that series going, because he was hot and we were blocking good. They were a good defensive team, and we made. Well, how many plays was that? I think it was 13. We scripted 10 plays, and we ran all 10 of them during that script, during that first series.
How long is Zay Williams going to be out? Is Autry now number 2?
Zay will be out for a while, a couple weeks. Got an AC separation, and we'll have to look and see how that. I've not heard from Don about how the X-ray looks. He get an X-ray today, but he was hurting pretty good after the game.
Is Autry now your number 2?
Well, L.A. Dowell is playing real well on special teams. Josh Bell's playing real well on special teams. They both will come in there and they know how to pick up the blitz, who to block, that type of thing. They're very, very good on pass protection, and they're very, very good at running inside. Better than Autry is at those things. So I don't know if we really have a second team guy that would say. It depends on the situation, what play we're going to run.
Is 24 going to be a rotating number, or was that a one-time deal?
Not sure. Have not talked to the player, Deshaun, about that. We did that with Braxton Amy one year. We're sure hoping to get number 24 back on Richard Spencer in the future. He's got a redshirt year, and so we'd like to see if he could come back his senior year. So that might be just a one-time thing.
Coach, the first 5 games, how would you sum up your quarterback play this year?
Okay. Needs to be better, and he can play better. Our offense isn't doing well at all. Can't score 20 points a game and win in this league.
frustrating thing about this season that you finally have the defense playing probably better than it has in years, and offensively just not able to win games.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest frustration because I'm not frustrated. Sometimes you got players that give up. Sometimes you got players that don't care. Sometimes you have guys that are just banged up and you have to play your second unit and third unit players. But those things I'm not worried about. It's and we are hitting. We just need to make plays and do the little things correctly, and they'll take care of themselves. We need to mix the run in there with a good blend and make the right calls appropriately and put the kids in the right position. And then they got to make the play.
Have you had a team that's been this challenged to make things happen offensively?
Yes, sure have.
You just fight through it.
Yeah, sometimes you don't win, you know.
Coach, can you talk about how, obviously the team 1-4, but you're still very early in Conference USA play. There's plenty of opportunities to challenge for the conference title. And is that the attitude that you kind of try to give your team going forward, knowing that you only have one loss in Conference USA play?
That's a great question. I'll bring you in and make sure that you talk to the team about that because that was, you answered your own question right there. Sure it is. That's, you know, I got to come up with a different word besides opportunity because run that gamut right there. But it is a long season. We still have a lot of goals that can be reached. We have to take one goal at a time, and that's to beat the next team, SMU. But I mean, there's a lot of chances out there and a lot of water to run under the bridge before it's all over. It's not all over. It's just starting. We played a good team, and they had some good games too, and they won fair and square.
Now, how much do you think a road game is different from a home game? How many points would you, in your estimation, how much is that?
Well, statistics tell you that 15% of the teams win when they travel 2 time zones. So, or 85% of the teams lose when they travel 2 time zones. That's another way of looking at it. Or the school has never won when it's traveled 2 time zones. Right? Isn't that true? Aren't we 0-18? Yeah, I think we talked about that last week. We're 0-18, you know, and that was going to be a chance for us to stop that string. So none of those things happened, men, and here we are 1-4 and got a home game against a real good conference team. And looking forward to playing at home. It's going to be an advantage for us. They don't play real well here. They play better at home. They have had a hell of a schedule too. I mean, they played Texas A&M. They played Baylor. They played very well against TCU last week. Obviously, they beat TCU a year ago. So SMU's playing real good. They did have a safety get hurt in the last game, but they've stayed pretty much injury-free also. So they're solid, and they love to compete against us, and we love to compete against them. And I'm glad we have them here. Now, this June Jones character, he likes to fool you into thinking, you know, it's all about the pass. It's all about the pass, you know, and we're a passing team, and man, they got one of the best quarterbacks that's ever played high school football in the state of Texas. Garrett Gilbert, strong arm as anybody in high school football in this state or in college football or anybody playing the game of football. The guy's a good player. Started 12 games for Texas, right? Started 11 games. He's played in a lot of arenas, and he knows what he's doing. And June Jones is one of the best quarterback coaches and best offensive coaches in the country. But don't let him fool you. Number 48, Zach Lyon, their running back, is leading our conference in rushing. Man, he's a load. So he thinks, you got to stop the pass. You got to stop the pass. He turns around and gives it to that big load running back there on draws and traps and full plays. And that guy is really good running the football. So he's blended the run into there while Gilbert is catching up with his philosophy and getting better throwing the ball every game. So their 5 guys up front are really good. We got to block them. It's going to be a challenge for us, again, to move the ball offensively against this solid defense. So pass happy June Jones is running the ball. His guys leading in rushing, and their defense is playing awesome. So they've done a real good job of recruiting since he's been there. Speak up just a little bit.
Will this game be any different since SMU is moving out of the conference?
Will this game be any different from other games? No, offensively, they're not really hard to figure out what they're doing, but they just do it really well. They do the same thing over and over and over and over again, and they out-execute the opponent. And defensively, however, they do a lot of different things in the secondary and give you a lot of different looks, and they play really aggressive football. So they just do a real nice job. Their football team's good, and they've had just as tough a schedule as we have, and they're ready. They're ready to play this.
They've got a kicker who hits low line drives.
Right.
And they've got the best kick blocker in the history of NCAA. It's like a 4th and 5 for the third. Does that change your game management?
We'll see. His question was, since they got, the best field goal blocker and a punter that rolls out and punts really well, are we going to change any of the things that we do on special teams? And that's a great segue to say, come out Saturday night at 6 o'clock and watch how we change things, Brett, and all of you that are here. 6 o'clock game time. That's a fresh time. You can get home early. Kids can stay till the fourth quarter, and this is going to be a game where you're going to want to stay till the fourth quarter.
Coach, SMU ranks last in the conference in passing defense. Do you believe this is a golden opportunity for Nick and Carson possibly step up and have that breakthrough game and kind of get that momentum going?
Well, it's a chance for us to play better on offense. It certainly is. Every game is. But I don't know how they got last in pass defense. I think because they played Baylor, and Baylor broke so many long passes that statistics kind of skew just a little bit, because they do a fantastic job in the secondary with changing up coverages. They're not easy to read, and they're not an easy defense to on offense. You kind of know what you're getting. They out-execute you. On defense, they can fool you a little bit, and they do a nice job of changing up coverages. So they're much better than that statistic indicates.
Record aside, there are a lot of similarities between these two teams.
Record aside, is there a lot of similarities between these two teams? No, I don't think so. They got big, huge, strong defensive linemen where we have fast ones on the ends. They have number 56. I mean, he's all over the field. That cat is unbelievable. We don't have anybody like him. He's the best. Right now, I think he's the best player in Conference USA. Then offensively, we're a different offense than they are. So there's not really that many similarities, I don't think, in how they practice differently and have different. I think they practice in the morning also, but they just have different. Coach Jones does things a little different than most people, and successfully does it when he works. It works.
Coach, you spoke about the your team. I know it's only been one game in conference, but is there a sense of urgency going with the 1-4 record?
Yeah, I just think it's just one game at a time. We just feel like, and we can't, we got a lot of hope. We got faith. As long as you have that, we'll get in. This team will be ready to play. There's no question about it. We just got to go out and do it. Just got to go out and do it. Quit talking about it and just get out and do it. That would be a good slogan for some company.